Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two important games at home against Hartlepool and away against AFC Fylde. Now, in terms of recent form, again, a little bit hit and miss. We did well in the last episode overall, in terms of beating Eastleigh, of course. We've then beaten Solihull Moors, but we followed it up with a heavy defeat against Chesterfield, and again, a bit of lack of consistency in our game at the moment, and we got absolutely battered. We deserved to be beaten worse than that, to be honest. But we managed to turn it around after that. A 3-2 win at home against Dagenham and Redbridge, and a 2-1 win away against Dorking. Both sides, Dorking especially, are in the relegation zone at the moment. Dagenham just outside it. So they were very important wins for us, and we need more of the same today against Hartlepool, who are again near that bottom part of the table, and Fylde, who are just outside the playoff places. So that is going to be a big, big game indeed. But despite our slightly topsy-turvy form, we still find ourselves atop of the National League, and Tamworth, who were 4-1 up at one point in their last game, threw it away and drew 4-all against our rivals, Yeovil. So Yeovil doing us a huge favour there with 3 goals in the last 10 minutes, and it means that we're 4 points clear of our nearest challengers, Tamworth, at the moment, and then a further 4 points from Cheltenham. So things starting to go in our favour. We need to cement this position though and get a couple more wins under our belts, because obviously, like I say, we've got Tamworth, Cheltenham, and Newport in our last 3 games of the season. So there's a lot of pressure coming up, really, in our next, how many games we played? 38. In our next 5 games, and it's a 46-game season, of course, we need at least 4 wins out of those 5 games to give us the best chance when it comes to Tamworth, Cheltenham, and Newport. AFC Fylde is going to be a tough one. They're only 4 points outside of the playoff places. Newport are in and around that as well, so they've got a lot to fight for as well. Tamworth and Cheltenham, of course, we know are going to be tough. They both had the beating of us last time out, so that is going to be where the challenge lies. But we have to focus our attentions to these 2 games, starting with this home game against Hartlepool. They're down in 17th place. They're sat 8 points outside the relegation zone at the moment. So we're in a position where we should win this, and Hartlepool will probably be looking at themselves and thinking that they're pretty much safe now. But nonetheless, we have to push on here and look for a good result. We're having to rotate. We've had a few injuries come in as well, unfortunately. And I mean, Alfie Lloyd's struggling for fitness. He's just come back from injury. And Yumolu keeps getting little knocks as well, as does Abe Atiamam. Brewitt is suspended. Cisse is probably out until January. He's broken his leg, so that is a big miss for us. Ollie Thomas is struggling for fitness, and Etchison, unfortunately, after I think it was his second game, he also picked up an injury. Hopefully, he'll be back in the next week or two. But we're running pretty tightly with our squad at the minute, and it is a bit of a concern. We've already achieved a fully established status now in the Vanarama National League. Obviously, we're doing extremely well, and we've done that 4 years ahead of schedule. So we are creating waves here at Taunton Town Football Club, and we'll have to see if it continues, of course. So obviously, as I was mentioning, we've got injuries. Hartlepool actually beat us last time out, so we've got to be careful. But going into this game, we are looking a lot better at the minute. Yumolu has scored in a couple of matches as well, so he's gradually getting into the swing of things. I don't know if it's too little, too late for him at the minute, but he's got he's got chances in the side. We're really stretched as a squad at the minute, and we've just got to find a way of trying to keep players fresh as possible. And the hard work is definitely going to begin now. We've done a lot of hard work already, but this is crunch time. We know what we've got to do, and we've just got to keep on winning our football matches. Winstanley knocks it back to Corey Roberts, inside to McKinnon, Isaac Bailey, into Hewlett, back into Isaac Bailey. He has got support ahead of him. If he can turn, he lays it back to Igbinergy. Now Hewlett again, into Isaac Bailey. Moving the ball about very, very well here. Bailey finding a little bit of space in the midfield, but again, he's going to go backwards, I think. No, he's forced it forward to Igbinogene, and Alfie Lloyd's picked it up. He's got support in the area, lofts it in. Romari Ford off the post, and a free kick has been given against Yamolu there for offside, even though he wasn't really involved in the play. So, a bit unfortunate, but we go again. Igbinogene here with a corner. Swings it in toward the near post. It's cleared by Finney. Hewlett wins the header though back to Igbinogene. Swung into the edge of the penalty area for Corey Robertson. There is Alfie Lloyd, and what a finish that is. I think it was a half volley. We'll see it again in a minute, but it's gone straight into the top corner, and that is a big, big goal for us here in the opening quarter of an hour. Hewlett just nodding it back there to Igbinogene. He swung it in pretty well to the edge of the area. Corey Roberts' first time pass, and I think it was a half volley in the end from Alfie Lloyd, straight into the top corner. Back from injury with a goal. He's ended up being such a key player for us this season as well. Winstanley hit to Romari Ford. Lays it back. It's a nice 1-2 between them. And there is Yamolu. He was free in the penalty area. Offside given against Yamolu. I think that was a bit harsh. But Hartlepool's certainly up against it here. Cheltenham have just taken the lead away at against Kidderminster. Not that it matters too much, we're just focusing on what we can do as it stands. Tamworth are the ones we've got to keep an eye on, but I think they're playing in the FA Trophy today. Here's Rutherford at the far post. Igbinogene does superbly to head clear. And a chance for a breakaway here. Yamolu making the run. He's got Romari Ford ahead of him, who stopped running. But Yamolu's carried on here brilliantly down this right-hand side. And he lays it back to Winstanley. Yamolu needs to get in the penalty area here. Now Dudjak. Big opportunity maybe here if he can get a strike away, and he can. And again, it's into the top corner. It's only his fourth of the season, Dudjak. He's not been anywhere near as effective in that midfield position as last season. He scored a lot of goals for us last year after we signed him, but he's done really, really well there to knock it in. It's a very important goal, and it gives us that little bit of extra security. We've been by far the better side, and now it is starting to show. And fitness-wise, we're not looking too bad either, but Yamolu, again, is starting to struggle. Again, we're just a little bit stretched here toward the end of the season. So with every result we get, it's just that little extra bite further into potential title. Yamolu looking to strike it. Bailey looking for Ford. It's headed away. Igbinogene picks it up. Chance to strike it from him maybe, and he does so. It was quite a tame effort, to be fair. And McNamara making a comfortable save. Yamolu's just gone into a little bit of a downfall with his fitness here. Something we are going to have to keep an eye on for sure. Here is Burton into Burnaby Atkins. Now Bailey into Gimyar. Story intercepted by Winstanley superbly. Now Dudjak plays it forward into Yamolu. Just holds it up and lays it back into Dudjak. Winstanley in space down this right-hand side now. Chance to swing it into the penalty area. Isaac Bailey on the edge. Good effort. It's just over the crossbar. And goal difference is also something that we need to improve. Tamworth have got better goal difference standards at the moment. It's something that we really need to be taking advantage of and pushing through. We've had a lot of attempts on target. We need a few more goals in this game. Let's see if we can get more of the same in the second half. 2 changes made by Hartlepool as Kowalczyk with the goal kick. Yamolu couldn't win the header over Burton. Hewlett wins the follow-up. Yamolu couldn't quite find Alfie Lloyd, but again, Hewlett doing very well there in the defence to pick it up. McKinnon into Bailey. There's a poor pass from him. Nelson into Desarouvier. And now Burton into Desarouvier again. Plays it forward into Gray. Again, it's just played back. They're just starting to build a bit of momentum here at the start of the second half. Burnaby Atkins just exchanging passes with his centre half as Burton looks over the top for Gray. Igbinogene with a good header, but it's only as far as Rutherford. He couldn't get it out of play. Nelson into Burnaby Atkins. And now Finney's got loads of space here, and he finds Njoli, and it's 2-1. This happened against Dagenham and Redbridge as well. We were really comfortable in that game, and they made us fight for it in the second half. We could pay the price for not converting more of our chances, to be honest. Cheltenham are 3-0 up, so they're pretty much done and dusted for their result. We have got to hold on to this. A couple of injury potentials coming through now. McKinnon struggling, Ford struggling, Lloyd, Yamolu. It's all happening at the same time. We're going to have to make changes. Batiaman we're going to bring on for Yamolu, who's again been a bit lacklustre. Richard Hughes is going to come on, Ronan Hughes, sorry, for Isaac Bailey. And defensively, to be fair, we're looking pretty decent. We've not got too many options for out wide or anything at the moment, so I think it'll be what it'll be. There's not too many changes that we can make that would strengthen in those areas, so we're just going to have to stick with those two changes for now. And hopefully we can just find a way of pushing through here. Another goal would be lovely, but I'm quite happy to just take the 2-1. As we go into added time, just an extra minute to go. We've held on for the 3 points. It's a big, big result, that one for us. Winstanley, really good at right wing back again with an assist. Dujak and Lloyd with the goals. And despite that early second half blip with Njoli scoring for Hartlepool, we have held on and we've done extremely well there in the end to get the result. Considering they beat us last time out, yeah, not bad at all. Tamworth haven't played yet, but the gap is extended to 7 points as we look to push on. Tamworth actually lost against Grimsby in the FA Trophy. So the fact that they have a game in hand means that we've still got to do all our work here and see what happens in the meantime. We've got a week until the AFC Fylde game. We're struggling through some of these fixtures against lower league clubs at the moment. Fylde are fighting for playoffs, so we've got a lot of work to do. Let's see what happens as we go forward, and hopefully, like I say, we can get another good result and keep the pressure on against the chasing pack. Right then, guys, here we go for the game against AFC Fylde. Tamworth have played their game in hand. They won 5-1 away against playoff chasing Halifax, so they've bumped their goal difference up again. We're sat on 30, they're on 37, but we still have that 4-point gap. However, they will have to rest some players. They're at home against Kidderminster, who are in the relegation zone. You'd expect them to win, to be honest. I don't think we should worry too much about Cheltenham at the moment. While we're winning games, they're not a concern. Tamworth are our closest rivals. Cheltenham are at home to also relegation threatened Scunthorpe at the minute. So we certainly have the hardest game of the 3 sides. We've just got to get out there and play and just try and get the business done. Kowalczyk is in goal with a younger Andy Apan, Robertson, McKinnon at the back. Brewitt, Dudjak and Bailey in midfield with Thomas, Lloyd and Abatiamam as the front 3. Romari, Ford and Yamolu are dropping down to the bench. And yeah, I mean, where the reserves are concerned, I mean, Cisse is done, I think now. Aitchison is he's getting there, but he will not be back for another game or two. He might be in and around the squad for that vital running at the end of the season. So basically, we need to win. Keeps the pressure on our rivals, and we will have to keep an eye on how things are going with Tamworth, especially. And hopefully, it will go in our favour. But it's a big game this today. We need to get out there and get the job done. Away from home, we have been a bit dodgy at times. And the Chesterfield game that we lost 4-2, we were away from home. The Bromley game that we lost 4-0, we were actually at home. So it's been a bit topsy-turvy, but it is what it is. Tamworth, like I say, at home against Kidderminster, but we have to do the job here. Kemp here with a free kick for Fylde. Swings it in. It's a good effort. It's just over the crossbar. And the first chance of note goes to the opposition. They've had 4 attempts at goal with 1 on target. We haven't looked like scoring at all at the moment. A younger looking over the top. Batiman broke through the defence, but the ball was too far forward. And the keeper makes an easy claim. Here is Wadham. Lays it across to Murphy. Now Williams into Shaw. Here's Rue. Back into Bartley. They're controlling everything at the minute, and this is a bit of a concern. This is how it's been when we played against Chesterfield and Bromley. As I mentioned before, oh my word. Got away with that. Defensively, McKinnon trying to get it away. Rue into Murphy, and we are really living dangerously at the moment. Tamworth are still at 0-0. Here is Kowalczyk. Lofts it over the top looking for Ollie Thomas, who lets the ball bounce, but he's managed to beat the fullback. He's got no support. He's had to go alone. He's fired it across the face of goal, and he didn't even get it on target. Here is Ollie Thomas now into Andy Apam. Now Johnson picks it up into Wadham. Fylde certainly keeping all the pressure on here. Now Bartley into Rue. Now Williams. He's got support on the overlap. And we're not tracking these runs. Murphy into Shaw. And it's been coming. We have not looked good defensively here. And we are giving Tamworth a way back into this title race at the moment. And it's not... Tamworth are actually behind against Kidderminster. So we've got an opportunity maybe to get away with it. Kemp here with a free kick. Brewitt manages to clear. We're going to demand more because we are playing so poorly at the minute. Murphy into Bartley. Now Kemp. Plays it out wide to Murphy. It's all Fylde here. This is not good from our point of view. Bartley into Johnson. Now Kemp. Plays it forward. Ollie Shaw's completely in again. And no offside. And it's 2-0. And this game is done. And this is the frustrating bit that we've had in the recent fixtures. We've had a few wins and then we go and get absolutely battered. And we've not even looked like scoring a goal today. It is not good enough at all. And we're going to tell the players to get the acts together because this is seriously poor. We're going to demand more and we're going to go attacking as well. But something that I've noticed, whenever we start Ollie Thomas, unless it's a penalty, he does not provide anything for us. And his days here are numbered at the moment. Here's Dudjak. Into McKinnon. Now Alfie Lloyd back into Isaac Bailey. Back into McKinnon. Now Roberts. Into Brewitt. It's the first decent bit of possession that we've actually seen from our side so far. There's only 30 odd minutes to go. A Younger just about getting past his man. He's got a chance to get the cross in. He finds Ollie Thomas. Don't shoot, please. It's a good save from Smith in the end, but he had support there, and we've got players in better form than him. So, our front three, 6.2 for Lloyd, 6.3 for Thomas, 6.4 for Abe Atiaman. We've really not been good enough. And I think, to be honest, we're going to change things up here. We've got Yamolu on the bench, and we've got Ford on the bench. We haven't really got too many options for what I'm looking at doing, but I think, to be honest, needs must in this situation. Thomas is going to come off because he's been absolutely shocking again. And again, we've got no options for the midfield at the moment. McKinnon can go there. Winstanley's going to come on at right back. And, I mean, Alfie Lloyd's not been great. We're going to get Yamolu on for him. And we're going to put him in as a poacher. And hopefully we can just do something. We've gone attacking, like I say. We need something from this game. Fylde looking to try and break forward. Comes to nothing, fortunately. Cheltenham are back level with Scunthorpe, so they were getting beat as well. Incidentally, it seems to be a bit of a thing for all the promotion fighting sides at the minute. And Williams swinging it in toward the far post. It's a good header, but it's over the crossbar. And we need to create some chances. We're going to demand more again. And in fact, we're going to go very attacking. It's not something I like to do, but we're going to do it anyway because we need to. And the fact that we're not even creating anything is, again, extremely poor. Here is Rue. Into Jenkins. Play back to the goalkeeper. And we're putting no pressure on the ball. We're supposed to be very attacking here. We're not even trying to get into them here. And it's certainly not good enough. If we want to win this title, we need to be really fighting harder in these games. But as soon as we go behind, it's like we're not bothered. And we just give up. And it's certainly a worry. Here's Andy Apam. Into Brewitt. Looks forward for Yamolu, who couldn't get there. And it's easily cleared. And Fylde charging forward again. This time it's Williams. Swings it in. There's Evans. Free header. It's a brilliant save from Kowalczyk. But again, defensively, so poor again. And I'm getting to a point where I'm losing faith, even in the first 11. We're not getting any consistency at the moment. And it's a massive, massive concern, especially at this stage of the season. And there's the third. Jay Haddo with the finish. Shocking defensively again. We're not even challenging for the second ball. We're supposed to be getting stuck in, by the way. We've got that mentality put in there to just get into players. And we've had 2 attempts on target in the whole of the second half since we've been very attacking. I don't understand it. Extremely poor. And we have opened the door here for our rivals. Tamworth only managed a draw, luckily. But, you know, it's not good enough. Cheltenham also only drew. But we're 3 points ahead of Tamworth. And the goal difference is now, well, there's 10 between us in Tamworth's favour because we've just got battered again. And with the fact that we've got Tamworth and Cheltenham to play, I'm not feeling too hopeful right now. Because if we lose another game and Tamworth win, goal difference is the big swing. And that is certainly not good enough. Absolutely atrocious. Well, we know what's going to happen now, don't we? We've got Cheltenham, Tamworth and Newport. We've got a few games to get through in the meantime, but we're definitely coming back for Cheltenham and Tamworth, and hopefully we'll have things wrapped up at that point, and then we won't have to bother with Newport. But we'll see how things go. We could have a triple threat in tomorrow's episode, but we'll see how things go in the meantime. We need consistency at this point in the season, and as you can see, it's just not happening. 3 wins and a draw, then 2 defeats, then 2 wins, then 2 defeats, 2 wins, a defeat, 3 wins, a defeat. It's just not going in our favour, and we're not keeping clean sheets either, which is another big concern. We've had 2 clean sheets in our last 10 matches. Might even be more than that. 12 matches. So, yeah, we've got a lot to do here, and nervous times ahead, I think. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will signing away.